Hi, my name is Mitch Robbins, and I am one of the managing partners here at the Healthcare Initiative. For over 40 years, we have specialized in hospital leadership recruitment from the manager up through the vice president level with an emphasis in nursing leadership, and I lead our Northeast team specifically. So it's very apparent the talent crisis is upon us and won't be letting up anytime soon, so the question is whether or not you and your organization are prepared to deal with the challenges that lie ahead. Today's presentation is called the Healthcare Initiative's Perspective on Talent Acquisition for Building World-Class Nursing Leadership Teams. So I thought we'd start off with a quick overview of the current outlook of hospital leadership by reviewing some statistics. 46.3% of hospital leaders are 50 years of age or older. 46% of executive leaders have less than 24 months until retirement, and 26% of all hospital leaders fall into that same category. In just 5 years from now, by 2020, we're going to have the lowest number of leaders available between the ages of 35 and 55, that sweet spot for leadership positions. 44% of leaders require more than 5 years of development for their next role. So what these stats should demonstrate to you is the severity and criticality of a strong recruitment program, retention program, and of course the importance of building solid succession plans. There was a study put out recently that said 38% of organizations are reporting that they can't find the talent they're looking for. So with the talent pool becoming more and more limited, the next question that should be proposed is, can you afford a mishire? There's a gentleman by the name of Brad Smart who is the author of a book called Top Grading. And he completed a study with Global 100 companies, and executives from those companies confidentially admitted that they made a mishire 80% of the time. Mr. Smart goes on to discuss that the cost of a mishire can be as much as 15 times a leader's base salary. So what we did was look at an average nursing director salary in the Northeast and noted the cost of a mishire could be north of $2 million. $2 million. So when discussing a mishire, the opposite would be a great hire, right? Hiring a top performer. Well, exactly who are top performers? If we use the historic 80-20 rule, otherwise known as the Pareto principle, top performers would be classified as those top 20% of the workforce completing 80% of the work. And so if 80% of your initiatives are completed by your top 20%, clearly it's imperative to hire the very best talent. But how exactly do you know if you're hiring the best talent? And further, is your hiring process perpetuating or limiting your chances of a mishire? I'd like to discuss two different recruitment models being used in the industry when partnering with executive search firms. The first model is the contingency service, in which the search firm is acting as the agent of the candidate. Under this model, the search firm is going to take a qualified candidate and put them out to as many similar openings as possible. So pretend these are hospitals with a position for an ER director at each different facility, and this is an ER director. The search firm earns a placement fee if and only if the candidate gets hired by an organization. So, of course, in the interest of earning the fee, the search firm hedges their bet by submitting the candidate to all these different places, knowing that strength in numbers, law of averages, should prove to earn the search firm a fee once the candidate gets hired. Second model is the engagement search, in which the search firm acts as the agent of the client, the hospital in this case. Under these circumstances, the search firm broadcasts one consistent marketing message to the public on behalf of the client, casting the net as wide as possible to drum up both indirect and direct interest. The search firm then utilizes one homogeneous screening process, beginning to narrow the candidate pool down based on qualifications, compensation, deliverability factors such as relocation or commuting issues, a spouse's career, kids in the mix, and a variety of other factors that go into ultimately being able to place a candidate successfully. Finally, a finite slate of candidates is delivered to the client for final interview, with the selected candidate being hired for the urgent and critical position. Now, with 38% of organizations reporting they can't find the talent they're looking for, and over $2 million at stake for the cost of a mishire at the director level in the Northeast, as a client, which model is in your best interest? Here are some primary differences between the two services. Under contingency terms, keep in mind, again, the search firm is rewarded for speed versus quality because the search firm is only awarded a search fee not only when the candidate gets hired, but by being the search firm that was the first to submit the candidate's resume. You can't openly disclose information about the client for fear of losing referral for the credit. So when recruiting A players, especially those gainfully employed candidates who weren't actively looking to make a change in the first place, it becomes very hard to establish credibility without being able to release vital information that can ultimately otherwise attract them to the client's opportunity. Again, hedging the bet, qualify candidate out to as many openings as possible, leveraging strength in numbers and law of averages. On the other hand, one consistent marketing message by the search firm on behalf of the client, one homogenized screening process, beginning to screen people out versus in. And under these terms, search firms are held accountable by the client for results. I know here at the Healthcare Initiative, under engaged search terms, we do not stop recruiting on the search until it's ultimately filled successfully with the right person. A little bit more about the Healthcare Initiative and who we are. We're a third-generation family-owned company, like I said, founded over 40 years ago. As a matter of fact, the current owner's grandfather is the one who started the company back in 1974. We're consistently known and rated as an top executive search firm ranked by Modern Healthcare. We provide both interim and permanent leadership recruitment solutions. Currently, it's taken us between 24 and 72 hours to present interim candidates with the selected candidate ready to start 7 to 10 business days later. On average, it's taking us between 8 and 16 weeks from ground zero to fill a permanent leadership search on an engaged basis. And to date, we've successfully completed over 3,600 placements. I mentioned earlier we help you build world-class nursing leadership teams. Well, how do we do that? We have a 4-step process where we identify, qualify, and attract talent to your organization, your opportunity, but most importantly and ultimately help deliver them. The Healthcare Initiative certainly functions as a specialist versus a generalist. We're not out there recruiting construction one day, scientists the next, nursing the next. We are out there recruiting hospital leaders day in and day out with an emphasis in nursing leadership. In the last 18 months, the majority of our placements have actually been in the ER and the OR service lines. Talent we produce is 2 levels promotable, backed by references. We have the capacity and capability to utilize video-based interviews, ultimately saving you time, giving you opportunities to share more information with your team, and quickly getting to the bottom line how the candidate can help your organization. Our teams are out there daily building virtual benches of talent, working to build networks with folks who are gainfully employed, not yet ready to make a move, but when they are, you as the client will be able to leverage our network, especially in times of turnover, retirements, or opportunities for top grading on your team. We provide up to a year guarantee on our service. Your success is certainly our success. Here's a little bit more information about me, my email address, my direct phone number. Happy to answer any of your questions. Without flaunting an ego too much, I thought it was important to share a few bullet points about my background so that you know who's going to be partnering with you and representing your organization in the marketplace. In 2010, I was nominated as Rookie of the Year for the MRI, Management Recruiters International Southwest region. Out of 2,500 recruiters in the MRI network, I've been noted as being part of the top 2% for the last 3 out of 4 years, and I have successfully completed over 100 placements. Again, thanks so much for taking time to view this content. We look forward to speaking with you soon to discuss your leadership recruitment needs and how we can partner together to help you continue to build world-class nursing leadership teams. Thanks so much. Make today great.